So my phone shut off on me. So part 2, the Medtner. Where was I? At the end of the exposition, yes. And then a development begins, and it almost sounds like a new movement as it sounds like it's going to be fugal, as you'll see. In the recap, he completely redoes theme 1 with all 3 themes, and then, scratch what I just said, never mind. So he does all of theme 1, he does not recap theme 2 or 3, and then there's a little development kind of section, and then the cadenza, and followed by a coda. So, let's see. So theme 1 is interesting. It's huge. It's broken down into 4 different phrases. The first one is 3 measures, from measures 1 to 3, and is characterized by these repeated notes, followed by a ascending second, descending third, ascending second, descending fourth. Let's see if I can play a little bit of it. I can plunk out the melody sometimes. Alright, so this is... Now, why is it on some weird voice? I don't want it on some weird voice. 2 original... Wow. Someone else has been playing around with voices. Okay, here we go. So repeated note. And then he busts out into some kind of left-hand accompaniment. Sounds very much like Chopin's Revolutionary Etude. So, and then that's the end of phrase 1. Phrase 2 begins at measure 4, and it goes through the end of measure 7. And it's 4 bars. So first phrase, 3 bars. Second phrase, 4 bars. And its character, it still has that kind of flowing revolutionary etude type of accompaniment underneath it. And this time we have a theme that goes, this is where you hear this short, long motive. We have up a fourth, down a third, up a third, down a second, up a third, down a second, up a third, down a sixth. And then he repeats this phrase over, but ends it on C minor, so down a fourth, the last bit. I'll do the right hand alone. Repeat. So that's the phrase 2 of theme 1. Phrase 3 is in 5 bars. It's 5 bars long. It's from measure 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to the end of measure 12. And it begins as the inversion of phrase 1. So we have the repeated note, still with the kind of revolutionary etude accompaniment underneath it. So that's phrase 3. So if you notice, now it has the repeated note, down a second, up a third, down a second, whereas the phrase 1 was repeat, 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 up a second, down a third, up a second. So it's the inversion of it. The final phrase of theme 1, the 4th one, is a 6-bar phrase, and it's in kind of 2-bar phrases. So we have this, again, still the kind of revolutionary etude type of thing going on in the left hand. I can't do both hands at once. We have and then here's where he starts to condense it. So we have, this is measure 16. Up, up, until it's broken down to its very finest little first note. Sorry. And then when we start the development of the first phrase of theme 1 at measure 21. This time it's in B minor heading towards F minor. So we have this kind of tritone relationship starting in B minor and moving towards F. So we have the theme 1, phrase 1. Sorry, that was wrong. And then we're in F minor. And then right after that first phrase comes in, phrase 2 enters in the left hand. And then we have the phrase 1 again in F minor. 2 comes in B minor in the left hand. And then we have the first phrase again. And that gets repeated this time and then in F minor. And then starting at measure 1, 2, 33, we have these triplets, and if you break it down, if you play it in the rhythm of phrase 2, it's there. But they're just triplets, so that's where he's getting that from. And this is kind of transitionary material. Let's see here, and it's heading towards at the measure 38. Before we get back to another little theme 1 kind of development, the right hand, we're in A. It seems like we're heading towards D flat. Basically, we're heading towards D flat major, and we have these A flat 7 chords going on, which I can't play this. In the right hand, let's see. Oh, sorry. Yes, that was right. So right now we have kind of this A flat thing going on, but he spells it with an F sharp towards the end, which is interesting. So the left hand has this, the basic harmony thing going on. Starting at 38, left hand alone. D flat. Sounds like D flat major in the left hand, but before we get there, the right hand does a quick turn in the middle of, on beat 3 of measure 39, and we have D flat with a G7 chord over top of it. So he kind of takes it, and even though it feels like it's D flat major and we're heading there, he turns that into the root of a augmented 6 chord. So we have D flat and B, and then measure 40 we go back into theme 1. So it's kind of neat how he did that, I think. Where am I? And then he breaks it up even more. Theme 1 still. And then we're heading into theme 2 here. Theme 2 starts, and it's in E flat at about, that's all kind of transition-tory, like around 46, 47. And we have the theme 2 is just pretty much a falling line. We have, I'm going to start at the pickup to measure 47. And then again, this falling line. Oh, there's no D flat. What am I doing? I was just talking about D flat. And then again, it does the falling, this falling motive. Theme 2, and then this is the next thing that we hear is phrase 2 from theme 1. We have in the right hand it measures 54. Now in this very sweet kind of lyrical side. And then we have phrase 3 comes in right after it, 56%, at measure 58 in the right hand. And continues. Let's see, phrase 2 comes back in at measure 66 in the right hand. And then we have phrase 3. I'm sorry, I have it written wrong. See, sorry, 70. At measure 70, phrase 3 comes back in. After the left hand also takes phrase 2. There's kind of canonical back and forth. So phrase 3 interrupts the left hands. This is measure 69, left hand. And then the right hand comes in with phrase 3. And notice here, measure 71, the left hand has this very chromatic line, just like the late Romanticism type of language. with the yeah, it's very obvious, the chromaticism. Finally, at measure 78, 79, we get, if you look at the handout, I gave you the music. The music that you have is from the movement, or the movement 4 before this, the Canzone Mattinata, Opus 39, number 4. And this theme comes directly from that. So theme 3 just kind of is interrupted, and this is in G minor, starts in G minor. Let's see if I can play it. Slow. It's very pretty. It's almost kind of guitar-esque, like with the little. I think it kind of sounds like it's reminiscent of a guitar for me for some reason, like the old Spanish style. That goes on for a while. Measure 95, we get back to theme 1 again. And this time we have phrase 3, and it's in the left hand. The right hand's just kind of being imitative there. Measure 95, the left hand. Into a chromatic bass. Whatever it is. Anyway, you can see that it goes from starting at measure 99, we have the A, and then measure 100 B flat, 101 B, and then C, D flat, and then back down C. And here we also have something interesting going on. We have the phrase 3 in the left hand for a while, and it happens starting at measure 95, and it happens for 5 measures total. And then it comes in the right hand at measure 100, and it lasts for 4 measures this time. So in the right hand, starting at measure 100, just the melody alone. And then at measure 104, it comes in on B flat. This time it's only 2 measures of it. And then with the little grace notes, it's almost a mix of theme 3 and phrase 3. And then measure 106, we have it again, up higher, and 2 measures again. He's chopping it down. And then measure 108, he begins kind of a canon form, so I'm not going to play it all at once, but the right hand starts in on these repeated Ds, and then the left hand comes in at the end with it. Right hand. And then here he kind of finishes off, and then the upper part of the right hand starts into phrase 2 of theme 1, or da 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 dee da dee da dee, while the left hand, the bottom of the right hand, seems like it's going to repeat phrase 3 again.